Good evening and welcome to the regular meeting of the Board of Education for Battle Creek Public Schools. Today is Monday, April 27th, 2026. It is 5:30 p.m. I will now call the meeting to order. Will the secretary please call the roll?
Felicia Hayden. Present. Kate Flores.
Here.
Art McClinney. Dr. Alicia Johnson.
Here.
Nathan Graycheck.
Here.
Dr. Nicole Perry. Charlie Fulbright.
Here. As a reminder, tonight's meeting is being interpreted into Spanish thanks to our partners at Voces Battle Creek. To listen in Spanish, please refer to the description on our YouTube live stream for the link. To our board members and other speakers, please remember to speak clearly and not too quickly so that our interpreters are able to keep up. I will now entertain a motion for the approval of the agenda, consideration of any additions or deletions.
President Fulbright,
Yes, Trustee Johnson?
I'd like to make a motion to move new business right before section 7, staff recognition.
Any support? It's been moved by Trustee Johnson, supported by Trustee Flores. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion passes. The BCPS Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and the importance of allowing members of the community to express themselves on district matters. We have two opportunities tonight on our agenda for public comment. The Board of Education requests you fill out a public participation form with contact information. As you come up to the microphone, to the podium, please state your name. Each statement made by a speaker shall be limited to a 3-minute duration, and if the speaker represents a group, the person will be given 5 minutes to speak. BCPS Board of Education will listen, take comments and questions under advisement, but not respond at this time. Public commenters will direct all comments to the Board of Education and not to staff or other participants. Do we have any public comments? Thank you. Moving on, I will entertain a motion for the consideration and approval of the consent agenda items. A, the trust fund. B, the minutes of the work session on March 9th, regular meeting on March 23rd, special meeting on March 25th. C, the bills for the month of March. D, personnel changes and recognition of retirees. E, membership report. F, hearing report. G, finance report. H, BCPS District Lawn Care Landscaping, Scope 2 and 3. I, Parent Square. And J, Virtual Education Innovative Program.
President Fulbright,
Yes, Trustee Johnson?
I'll move to approve the consent agenda. Support.
It's been moved by Trustee Johnson, supported by Trustee Flores to approve the consent agenda items. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion passes. Moving on to discussion, CISD budget discussion. Jerry Johnson. Good evening.
Good evening, President Fulbright, Superintendent Carter, members of the board. I am Jerry Johnson, new superintendent, Calhoun ISD, at least since July. Perhaps the newness is worn off. But I want to introduce members of my team also here tonight in case there are questions that I can't answer, which the over-under is about $5 that I probably won't. So, Assistant Superintendent Carrie Johnson, our Department of Regional Instructional Services. She's here for a different reason. Assistant Superintendent for Special Education, Nicole Lawrence. Assistant Superintendent for Business and Finance, Corey Rafferty. And Chief Accountant, Mark Ludlow. We provided some handouts, and my plan is to just kind of move through those quickly. I know, if I understand correctly, the questions that you may have center around special education in particular. There are a few extra slides included that are tailored specifically for Battle Creek Public Schools within that section, and we'll spend a little more time on those when we get there. For context, I think it's important, just for a couple of factoids, recognizing that we are one of 56 intermediate school districts throughout the state, and not two of us are exactly alike, because we are tailoring our response and service portfolio to the needs of our local districts. The 12 local public school districts and 5 public school academies in our service region run the gamut of urban, suburban, and rural districts, and our services match that. We employ 450-ish staff members. We own and operate 4 facilities, and our annual budget in total is around $100 million. Some unique pieces of that is recognizing that revenue comes from, locally, 3 separate millages. So we have a general operating millage, which is about a quarter mil. We have a special education millage, about 4.5, and then a career technical education millage, otherwise known as BOCED, also about 1.45, about a 1.5. There are also significant state funds that flow through us, federal funds, and then other funds which might be special grants. So you are by law asked to approve our general fund budget, but we present all of them. One nuance I'd like to shape from the start is, and this may be generational, but play along. Who here ever did household budgeting with separate envelopes? Maybe at the start of the month or after payday, you put a certain amount of money in for the mortgage. You put a certain amount of money in this envelope for gas, and in this envelope for food. Anybody ever do that? I really am old. Back in the day on the farm, that's how I grew up. The point is, each of our funds is one of those envelopes. And we can only move from general fund to any of the others. We can't pull career tech funds to be used for special ed or special ed for career tech. So there are limits in terms of the flexibility, if you will, by fund. So I just wanted to put that out there. The first pie graph, general fund, so this is the year ending. And you'll note there, again, the different sources by the different colors. The next slide would be expenditures, 36 million for general fund, and you'll see the various areas in which those resources are used. And then the next is a bar graph showing the general fund trend. And the important element here is recognizing that the green, the fund balance, is slightly going down year over year, and that's part of our strategic expenditure. It also represents a shift. We used to have a major grant, and so that grant no longer exists. That adjusts those resources and fund balance moving forward as well. Special education. So revenue on this slide number 5, 54 million. You'll see about half of that, a little over half, is from our local millage. State sources about 18, and then federal about 14% or 7.5 million. Then in expenditures, 56 million. You'll see the instruction side, the pupil support, other financing uses, and I'll share some things as we talk specifically about Battle Creek Public Schools that will link to some of those broad categories. Again, in the bar graph on page 7, showing expenditures over revenue for 25-26 and 26-27, and again, fund balance decreasing over that period of time. The next slide is usually the most important one that local district superintendents look for. It is the special education 5-year projection. So this is the one I'm pointing to. There is some smaller text, so it's important to point out we, in our county, reimburse 100% of local district approved special education expenditure. Not many, I hazard a guess, perhaps if any, other ISDs across the state provide that support for their local districts. We project the ability to maintain that reimbursement level over the next 5 years. It used to be 85% was our targeted threshold, and then with changes in some state funding and other changes over the last 4 or 5 years, it's allowed us to be able to reimburse 100%. I also want to note at the very, very bottom of that slide, the changes in fund balance over time. And so some might argue those are some pretty steep declines. Can you do that? Well, we will until we can't. But right now, based on what we know, we believe we can. The next slide is new for this year, and that is indirect cost reimbursement. So each of our districts received this indirect. These resources are by our discretion and choice. It isn't something that has been done, I'm going to say 8 years maybe or longer, that indirect has not been provided. When I first was named as superintendent, conversation with all of the LEA SUPs suggesting this might be something we can do, and we are. We believe we can maintain this moving into the future, but we're looking at it 1 year at a time. It's not a guarantee. Again, it is by discretion. Act $18, our countywide millage, can't be used for indirect. So these are a combination of Medicaid dollars, reimbursements, and other sources that allow us to be able to do that. But this is a deliberate way to put resources back into your district and recognizing the fund balance levels that we have that allow us to be able to put some of those resources back into local districts. Okay, the next slide identifies for your district specifically the resources dedicated for your students. These are all the expenses that you pay for, and then the approved elements that we can reimburse you for, and that amount of resource. So this is sharing with you your students in your district participating in various programs, the costs, including transportation, the unreimbursed element, and then the indirect reimbursement. So those are all resources coming to your district. In addition to this are all of the programs located in DKDC, our adult training program, the ATP Lunger House, etc. They aren't on this list. Those are the things in our expenditure budget, instruction and programming, etc., where those are paid for. So one could argue these are your expenses, reimbursed. You are receiving this year indirect, and all of the other students that are participating in the center-based programming are in addition to all of these. So I think I will pause there before I move into vocational education. Are there questions on those pieces?
I had a question going way back to the general fund trend.
Okay.
The big drop in 26-27 in both expenditures and revenue, is that what the grant that you?
That was the
Okay.
statewide grant, yes. It was a
Okay.
$10 million grant. The $10 million obviously was the grant and revenue expenses. But for us, indirect was put into the general fund, and without that grant, we aren't able to leverage those resources. But yes, that's the significant drop year to year.
What has that meant for you in terms of services? Like, what's been cut, to be able
Well,
to?
all of those services defined by the State Department of Education. It was the statewide field team providing support to districts across the state by requirements of the federal legislation, but the state directed that grant. The state decided to go in a different direction in terms of how it provides that support to local districts, so that's why the grant ceased.
Any other question?
Okay. So back to Career Tech, page 13. Oops, did I skip? I did. 11, yes, yes. So the revenue, again, here, most 3/4 of it is our local millage. There are state sources and then some federal, and that total revenue 11.9. And then in our projections, or I'm sorry, in our revised budget for this current year, 13 million expenditures. The largest part there, instruction, that's going to be CACC particularly, and then some of the other pieces in terms of operations, transportation, et cetera. That trend, again, expenditures up and the fund balance coming down as well through 26-27. The other thing at the very end here was the Department of Technology, and the reason we put this slide here is recall that $0.25 millage, we dedicate half of that, so a half of a quarter, an eighth, if you will, mill, to the technology. And so it supports all districts in some of these services, and then for participating districts within our consortia arrangements, benefits them too in terms of cost offset, reduced rates, etc. And that, the revenue about 3 million, expenditures about 3.3, and again, over time, there have been some significant grant opportunities that have allowed us to expand and maintain the fiber network countywide and provide some opportunities for redundancy, which is one of the major projects that will begin cutting ground here in the next month or so. So, the trend then, page 18, and then this last page, page 19, is all funds together. 25-26, looking at 109.7 million, and 26-27 at 103.7. And our goal is to remain fiscally stable so that we can be there to serve students countywide. Then page 20 is all funds combined, and again, the fund balance reducing as we continue to look for ways that we can support local districts. So I really appreciate the opportunity to come. This isn't a practice that has happened much, and probably, you know, some folks are glad, but.
I have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
So some of this might be budget, some of it might be operational. The line between what the county is and what we're responsible for, I'm still learning that. So I'm looking at slide 10, where we have the Battle Creek approved special education program cost. Is there a formula that's used to determine, so I'll give you some context. We often hear we don't feel resourced enough in special education. So do we determine, like for example, the 5 EMI, the 19 resource rooms, and then the county uses a formula to determine what the cost would be? Or so how do we get to the 5.4? And how do we determine how many classrooms and teachers are needed?
So the service delivery mechanism is the choice of the district, building out your continuum of services. The reimbursement is based on the 4096 and then what is approved. So based on our countywide mandatory plan for service delivery, all the things that are approved for reimbursement are in there.
Okay.
If anything isn't part of that, then it's not reimbursed. But the cost that you pay that isn't reimbursed by state funding is covered by us. So that's where we get the 100% reimbursement.
Okay, thank you.
And if I could pause, I just want to make sure that I articulate that correctly and simply. Okay.
Other questions for Mr. Johnson? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. And please, if there are other questions, reach out. I'm happy to share the information with you.
Another question, but again, thank you very much for coming, and also for your whole team. You know, it's good to meet you all. Thank you for all you do and for these important services.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to student recognition. Dr. Carter.
Woo, woo. That's what all the people are like. We don't want to hear all that. We got you. We got you. It is my ultimate pleasure to really recognize students this evening. This is our favorite part of our board meetings, is to celebrate the children who just do amazing things and show us what it truly means to have Bearcat pride. And so we have some student athletes from our middle school girls basketball team that Miss Mariama is going to come up and celebrate on our behalf.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. So I am here this evening to recognize a few of my athletes. I know we're into the spring season now, but this was over the winter. We had a small but mighty team, and I truly wish that I could recognize each and every one of them because they each played a significant role in our success this season. And however, these four stood out to me in academics, leadership, character, and skill. It has been a blessing to coach them and be a part of their basketball journey, and I am so honored that I nominated them. So first up, we have our captain and point guard, Miss Alana, who's a true floor general and team captain. She was one of our captains. I try to rotate them, but for the majority of our game, she was a captain. She led us with confidence, strong academics, and clutch performances when it mattered most. And the game that stands out to me the most was the Lakeview game at home. We were down at halftime. They were down on themselves, so we had a halftime pep talk. Coach Murray pep talk, and she came out and knocked it out and we beat them again. So Miss Alana Hammonds, do I do them one by one or how do you
We're going to have them each come up and
Okay. Next we have Amaris Keith, our all-around center. New to us this year, but she was dominant, all-around leader, tall, our center, but her skill and basketball IQ was just phenomenal and made a difference every time she stepped out on the court. She can dribble, she can shoot, she was shooting three-pointers, run the paint, everything. Her basketball IQ was just elite. Camille McGee, I selected her for growth and development, one of our most improved players this season. Her growth, her resilience, and positive spirit made her a key part of this year's team, and I told her she better be running track. So hopefully she's out there as I'm not coaching this year. And then we have our rising star. She was a 6th grader on our team, Miss London Morris, just playing up as a 6th grader on the 7th grade A team. She showed a heart of a lion. She will get in there, she will dive. I say don't stop till you hear the whistle, and she really took that to heart. Leadership and maturity beyond her years. As a 6th grader, I'm looking forward to seeing what all of them do in the future, and hopefully prayerfully they all play basketball in high school and rebuild our high school varsity girls basketball program. So it is my honor to come, Miss Alana Hammonds.
Yeah, in front of you.
congratulations.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that way. Like, right there. Here.
Yes! We're in the middle. Congratulations.
Amaris Keith.
Congratulations. Looking forward to some popcorn and basketball. All right.
Camille McGee. Guys on the track,
Go! Congratulations, Camille. There you go.
And last but not least, Miss London Morris. And thank you to family members and all of the support this season. We couldn't have done it without you all. Appreciate you.
Again, to those students, we truly appreciate your hard work and dedication. We thank you for continuing to be amazing student athletes, and we are looking forward to you continuing to shine. Congratulations again.
Okay, we are going to move on to new business, which is bond ratification resolution.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going with them.
Where's my bag at?
Dr. J.
Hi, everybody. Mine's really quick. We were in the process of selling our bonds. We have done so. So I just need a resolution from the board giving us permission to complete that process. That's it.
I will entertain a motion.
President,
Yes, Trustee Grajek?
I move that we approve the bond ratification resolution.
Been moved by Trustee Grajek, supported by Trustee Hayden. Any discussion?
Hey, can we take
Can we do a roll call vote, please?
Yes.
Trustee Flores? Yes. Trustee Hayden? Yes. Dr. Alicia Johnson?
Yes.
Nathan Grajek?
Yes.
President Fulbright?
Yes. Motion passes. Moving on to the Whatever It Takes Award. Dr. Carter.
Yay!
As soon as I get my awards. So tonight it is with great pleasure that we take a moment to pause and celebrate staff who have been going above and beyond by doing whatever it takes. This evening, my first honoree is Dory Mann. It is my honor to recognize Ms. Mann as a Whatever It Takes recipient. She consistently goes above and beyond to support both her colleagues and the district as a whole. This past summer, she worked 12+ hours a day to ensure smooth and successful recruiting and hiring process, posting positions, coordinating interviews, processing offers, managing onboarding, and creating electronic teacher contracts in the district's new HR system, all within tight deadlines. Her willingness to take on additional responsibilities and see them through with excellence truly sets her apart. She provides exceptional service to candidates, new hires, and staff across the district. Often, she is the first point of contact, responding to calls, emails, and in-person visits with professionalism, accuracy, and care. Her knowledge of HR processes, combined with her resourcefulness and commitment to finding answers, ensures that everyone she supports feels informed and valued. Her impact goes far beyond HR operations by creating a positive and supportive hiring and onboarding experience. Dory plays a critical role in the district's ability to recruit and retain top talent. That work directly influences the strength of our staff and ultimately the success of our students. Her dedication, work ethic, and commitment to service truly embody what it means to do whatever it takes. Please join me in celebrating Ms. Dory Mann.
That's how you feel. It's really good, Dr.
Here. Never mind, he came in late.
He snuck in. All right. All All right, so the next is a group, and I'm going to tell you about why we were so passionate and insistent in bringing them in today. We have an amazing, like, superstar staff at Verona. And I just want to say, without even reading this Whatever It Takes award, that we see you, we appreciate you, and you've been doing some amazing work by going above and beyond for the students that you serve. So we are deeply appreciative. This award is presented to, I'm going to say the names, Carlito Campbell. Carlito, come on up. We're going to have you stand right here. Stand up front. Rebecca Smith. Is it Shia or Shia?
Shia.
Shia Yother. Natasha Hager. Kimberly Thomas. Ms. Jody Ellenwood. And Principal Crescenda Jones. So, each one of these individuals have gone above and beyond through extraordinary dedication. If you have heard about the Verona Saturdays, they have been exemplifying the true purpose of the role of serving students. Over the last couple of Saturdays, they have taken the time to do skill building with students who need it most. Greeting students at the door, building relationships, and really making them feel seen and supported on a regular basis. I am so proud of the work that you all have been doing, and I truly appreciate you going above and beyond. Please help me celebrate each and every one of these staff members at Verona Elementary. We have certificates, but I just found some typos in them. I am going to make sure we get these corrected, and we will have them sent over to the building. Okay. All right, I'll get to this end.
You might have to,
Squeeze in.
you guys might have to stand up a little bit. You guys, you can take those. I'll take them.
Okay, ready? All right. Oh, we gotta do another one? Okay.
That's my left.
3, 2, 1. Thank you guys.
Thank you, guys.
All right, moving on to President's Coin. Some of you may be familiar with the challenge coin in military. It is a coin that is given from a high-ranking individual, usually a commander, to someone in the warfighter. Here at BCPS, we are adopting a similar coin, a new tradition called the President's Coin. This coin represents a person's affiliation to Battle Creek Public Schools, as well as their achievements, dedication, and service within the district. This coin is given to an individual only from the President of the Board of Education, and each month the President will have the opportunity to give a President's Coin to someone. It can be anyone in the district, to include admin staff, teachers, parapros, lunch workers, bus drivers, secretaries, anyone. This month's President's Coin is going to someone who is dedicated helping kids today This month's President's Coin is going to someone who is dedicated to helping kids today navigate through their education and personal struggles. She has been involved in Battle Creek Public Schools system her entire life, spanning from summer programs to teaching during the normal school year. Her greatest attribute is being from the area and understanding the challenges our students face. She has literally given the coat off her back to one of her students. She has overcome the stigma of being raised by a single parent, and it is a great example of BCPS partnership with GVSU. Her love for BCPS students has proven invaluable to our BCPS family. It is my honor to present the President's Coin for the month of April to Miss Aubrey Chafee.
If you want to get a better picture, you can get up. Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, and you guys get home safe. There's already stuff in the roads, and there's a lot of power outages, and
Okay.
All right.
be careful. Be safe, guys.
Do we have any other public comments? Thank you. Moving on to superintendent comments.
This Wednesday, our seniors at Battle Creek Central will be sharing the work they've been building all year in their senior capstone projects. So if you have time on your schedule, I hope you will stop by. The expo runs this Wednesday, April 29th, from 8:15 to 10:15 in the upper athletics hallway. They will be sharing their passion projects, is what they're calling it. So if you have an opportunity, please stop by and support our seniors and give them some feedback on the amazing projects that they've been working on. We want to remind our community that Kinder Connection program starts May 11th and runs through June 12th. This is an amazing program that will be put on for families with children heading into kindergarten. It's a great way to stay engaged and keep learning after the school year ends and before our summer kindergarten program begins. For more information, you can call the Dudley Early Learning Center. And so for our board members, the understanding, what many people don't know is that GSRP ends before the rest of the school year. And so our amazing leader at Dudley has developed a program to support families in that gap between the start of the summer program and the end of GSRP. And so for those families that are interested, you can find out more about Kinder Connection by calling the Dudley Early Learning Center. And lastly, a quick reminder that we still have some spots for Bearcat Blast. It's a free program for BCPS families and a great way to help students stay on track over the break and come back ready for a new school year. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Board member comments. Okay, well, I have some. So this Friday, May 1st, we actually have a number of people that took advantage of the collaboration between BCPS and GVSU who are going to be graduating. So I just want to congratulate all of those graduates that are going to graduate this Friday, one of them being my husband. So that's going to be in Grand Rapids, and he took, along with the other people, advantage of the great things that are happening in Battle Creek Public Schools. Number 2, applications are now open for election time. So our district is going to have 4 open board seats, 2 4-year terms and 2 6-year terms. The deadline for that is July 21st, so you have plenty of time, but we love to see the community want to volunteer and be part of this great family that we have here. So there will be 4 spots available. And deadline is July 21st, so you have plenty of time. And the last thing I have is our work session. Our next board meeting will be at Valley View, so May 11th. It will not be here in the admin building. It will be at Valley View Elementary in Springfield, and same time, 5:30 on May 11th. And without anything else, great things are happening in Battle Creek Public Schools. Meeting adjourned.
Like one, huh?
The fastest one that I've been here for. How did we do that?
You need to worry about it.